What's up, everyone? I'm your host, Steven Klein, back with another episode of my podcast, Just a Game. Episode 11, I think. Taking me a little while to get another episode. Been pretty busy, but we got Sam on the pod. What's up, Sam?
What's going on? How we doing? It's just the podcast viewers. It's just the game viewers. How we doing?
So we're here right now. Me and Sam have been teammates for about 2 years now. He was a junior when I was a freshman, and really, Sam, just talking about here on the pod, Sam had probably a career year last year, batted like 400 in conference, all second team NE10. So, and really, Sam's one of the guys who really took me under his wing my freshman year, showed me how to do everything. And so Sam, tell us about you, bro. Tell us about the journey.
Obviously I'm here at St. Mike's. It's been a journey these past 4 years, and it's coming into this team with not the best winning program, but just coming here and playing baseball has been a blast. Meeting a bunch of people, and when I came here, I knew I was going to play because it wasn't really an organization that had much success, and I was confident in my ability. So that's kind of why I got my foot in the door here, and just being a part of turning this program around has been something that's always kind of motivated me. So it's awesome. I'm excited about this year.
Yeah, so I know definitely that when you got here your freshman year, I think we had just come off like a 1-win season or something like that.
Yeah, my freshman year, or
Yeah.
the year before my freshman year.
It was either one of those, either your freshman year or a year before that.
My freshman year we had 4 wins, I think, and then my sophomore year we had 5 wins, and then my junior year we only had 11 wins, but just a huge step up. Or no, it was 9 wins, right?
Yeah.
No, so it was 5 to 11 to 9.
Yeah.
So yeah, not great any of the 3 years, but the 11 was definitely the best. I think this is going to be our year, hopefully. I feel like everyone says that every year, but I feel like it. We just need our pitching to come through.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you kind of said, coming from a team. When I first committed here, I was looking at a couple different schools, and I was talking to other people in the conference that I had known, like kids a couple years older than me that I had played baseball with previously, and they're all kind of said the same thing about St. Mike's, about how they're the doormat of the NE10 and this and that, and it was like, do I really want to go to the school? I had coaches telling me hey, it's not a great baseball program right now, and I'm like, well, I got 4 years to kind of turn it around. I want to be a part of something like that. It'd be really cool. And once I came here, you could kind of tell it wasn't a winning program, and obviously we're still working on turning that around. But yeah, just changing that reputation has been something that's really motivated me.
Yeah, and I know that I feel like the team morale or the team mentality sort of thing really has differed from every year. I think last year we were really thinking that this year could be the year just because the guys, but in the end, we just didn't get the goal that we wanted. But talk about the kind of the team morale, how's that changed from your freshman year all the way to now?
We've always had great guys on our teams, hard workers, very good guys, the kind of guys you'd want to date your sister, just quality guys, no problem, get along with everyone perfectly fine, with obviously a few outliers here and there, but the baseball talent has definitely been the difference. I think as Jim and Maddie have done their recruiting, who are the 2 coaches, they've definitely gotten better at it over the years, as you would expect them to. But in reality, it is difficult to recruit up here because you're in the middle of nowhere up in Vermont, so it's not the easiest place to recruit to. But they have started to get it down a little bit. As you can tell, we got better recruits coming in each year. So I would say that's the biggest difference in individual players, but from a team perspective, each year is very different. So it's hard to compare the group and the team morale, because my freshman year I came in and it was I don't know. It was good. I was just a freshman though, so it was hard to get a read or have an impact on the team morale too much. But it was a good group of guys, but we also knew we weren't very good, and we just had a very losingness mentality, and I don't know. It just like wasn't gonna change, and it was almost like everyone was content with that. I mean, it is what it is at that point. Like I felt bad for some of the upperclassmen that never really got to experience a good season. But yeah, it was more like everyone was content, and then my sophomore year, it was like a little bit more hunger came in, and that was the season we won 11. But that year was like we didn't have that much talent on that team, but we clicked like that. We had the chemistry down that year, and that's why we were so successful. And then last year, I would say we had the talent more than we ever had before. It was just the chemistry wasn't really there. We weren't clicking, and it felt like a step backwards. Like obviously that happened at St. A's where we had a bunch of guys on our team. It was just basically like our team had a moment, and it led to some conflict within our team, coaches, players, and basically it just felt like a huge step backwards in our season, and I felt like that's kind of where the team just disconnected, and from that moment out it was like we just started losing games that we needed to win. And I like go back to that moment all the time last year because I really think that's the reason we had so much we didn't have too much success last year.
Yeah.
And it was difficult trying to be a leader in that situation, you know? It's very difficult.
Yeah. But I feel like definitely last year showed what we could really do, sweeping Adelphi, taking 1 out of 2 from Pace, beating Stu for the first time in 14 years. I feel like this year we've got a lot to prove coming out of that front because we were hot at the end of the season, but just as you said, we didn't win games that we had to win. But enough about the team. Just like let's hear about you. I feel like you're one of the kids on the team that we know is not coming out of the lineup. We know that when you're up at plate, you're going to perform for us. Whether it's going to be catching a lot more this year now, or you didn't catch a lot last year. Just talk about that. Talk about how you have to really get your body more in because you're already in shape, but more like physically in shape to catch maybe 25, 30 plus games this year.
Yeah, so I think the way things are going right now, I'm going to catch more than I ever have here, which I'm excited about. But at the same time, like it's a lot on the body.
Because you're going to be playing outfield one game, catching the next game.
Right, so it's a lot on the body, so I'm looking forward to it. At the same time, it's going to be like, all right, this is going to be tough. So I'm ready to go, but yeah, I mean, I'm not anyone that knows me knows that I'm not a big leg day guy, so I've been kind of trying to work on my legs, my lower body a little bit more, just kind of get my lower body in condition. Obviously, I don't have the best hips either, so I'm trying to stretch out a little bit more, trying to get my body ready to catch those innings, because catching is very difficult, obviously.
Yeah.
As far as hitting goes, hitting's always been my thing. Like that's why I've been able to play baseball so long. I think my swing goes through a variety of different versions of itself. One season I'll be like very like that way, meaning to the other way, the right field. That's kind of been my approach. And then like you saw in this fall, I was a little bit more pull heavy, where I'd pull the ball a little bit more and hit for power to the left side, but that was also versus like shittier pitching. So it really changes a lot, and just kind of riding that and knowing what to do and when. Like when I'm going up against a lot better pitching, I know like, all right, more of like a give approach where you kind of stay back and you let the ball travel and you go with it. Whereas if you're facing like maybe you get into the team's bullpen a little bit more, I kind of go into a more aggressive approach.
Yeah.
So it really depends, and just getting comfortable with that swing is difficult, especially over the winter. Like you're not facing live.
Yeah.
So it's tough to keep a consistent approach and swing. So my swing's really all over the place until we kind of get going again.
Yeah. I feel like last year you kind of got off to like a slow start, kind of really. I feel like in the beginning you were striking out a little more, really rolling over to like the right side or the left side, and then it feels like after like a bad series, like a whole mentality just shifted, and like that's when you really heated up towards the middle and the end of the season. You really started kicking things together, and talk about that mentality shift. Really, how. Because when you're struggling, like you're really struggling. Like if you're in a slump, then you're just like screwed. Mm-hmm. So talk about how you were able to switch that mentality real quick
Yeah.
end up batting freaking like 400 for the whole year?
I think like as a baseball player, I mean, you know me. I'm pretty mellow. I'm a pretty mellow individual. I don't get too high or too low ever really. I'll show flashes of being really excited, obviously, but I try not to get too high or too low, and that's kind of the mentality I want to take through my slumps and through my highs, because they both come where you're gonna go 0 for 20 and then you're gonna go fucking 15 for 20. Like it happens, and that's baseball. That's why it's so difficult. But when you're at the bottom of the gutter, you gotta just believe like who you are as a player and have faith that you're gonna get out of the slump. And whether it's doing rituals or like some people are superstitious or whatever, just like do your thing, stay confident in yourself, and trust the process. Like that's baseball. You're gonna go 0 for 20 with fucking 15 punches. It happens. Like it's tough, but I mean, getting through it is everything. Once you get through it, then it's over. I mean, I think every year I have a slump. Every single season I'll have a slump, and just staying confident. Like, all you need is one little bloop single to get through, and then you're out of it.
Trusting the work that you put in, that you can fall in the field.
Right. Having confidence in yourself, and then once the highs are going, I mean, just riding them. But like, don't let them consume you. You know what I mean? Don't be too cocky, like, because you can always be humbled. You're never the best player on the field, kind of idea. But definitely riding the highs and like taking that confidence to the plate each time. I think the reason I've had a lot of success at the plate here is like in more recent years is because of my confidence, and that's something I always take with me. Even in my slumps, I still have confidence. It's difficult to have confidence when you're not performing, but that's something I think I've done kind of well, is just remembering who I am, what I've done, what I can do, and just having faith in myself is the reason I can get through those slumps, and I try to ride that when I'm doing really well.
Because you got to believe that you're on the field for a reason. You recruited for a reason.
Right.
I know we've talked about this, but confidence for me has been a huge thing. That since I wasn't a guy that played a lot last year, like my confidence was just not there. But you just gotta went into summer ball just forgetting all about that and just trying to have fun again. Because I feel like this whole thing why I started this, you just gotta have fun and enjoy the game and just realize that there are things that are bigger than baseball. Obviously, you want to perform on the field because. I'm like, I think I'm 0 for 10 my first couple at bats, but that's last year. I'm just trying to go into this year and really trying to prove to myself that I know that I can play.
Yeah, bro, you don't have to prove to anyone. I mean, you know you can play, and you just got to take that confidence up to the plate.
And we were looking at the stats a couple weeks ago, and we saw for you a huge shift in like your numbers from your sophomore year to your junior year. I think you batted like 100.
It was my freshman year to my sophomore year.
Yeah, freshman year, sophomore year. You batted like
100 points higher.
100 points higher, less strikeouts, more contact. Was there anything in your off-season training or like summer ball that actually flipped the switch for you there?
My freshman year, after my freshman year, I'll start there. I was very pull heavy, and I was like, doubling the gap to the left side, home run. Strikeout kind of guy. So my approach was really like a fucking power hitter kind of approach, and I'm not that big or strong, so it's not like I'm leaving the yard 15 times in a season. So it was really pointless for me, a guy like myself, to have an approach like that. So I kind of just threw that all away. Like that was basically everything I've ever been in, like baseball. Like in high school, obviously everyone on this team was the best in their high school team, just like I was, and that's the approach you have in high school, is just yank everything, hit it as hard as you can to the left side, and just pull it. And like even outside fastball, just pull everything, because that's what you're comfortable doing. That's how we used to hit. And then like once you get here, pitchers know how to manipulate you, and have their way with you, so you have to make an adjustment, you know what I mean? So yeah, it was more of just, instead of pulling everything, I threw that approach out, and I kind of just let the ball travel a little bit more, and felt comfortable with keeping my hands inside the ball and shooting the ball the right side, and that was just basically my approach. And honestly, I give a lot of credit to my 2-strike approach. I got very comfortable with 2 strikes my sophomore year, which my freshman year, whenever I got to 2 strikes, I was shitting my pants. I was like, this guy's gonna strike me out. I had no confidence. I was like, I don't know what he's gonna throw. Like I was just freaking out in the box, like a freshman is expected to do. But I was freaking out my sophomore year. I had confidence that like their fastest pitch will not get by my hands, and like I will be quicker than their fastest pitch, or I'll be able to see their breaking ball all the way. Like I just had confidence in myself, and like I said earlier, confidence in hitting is everything. So that was kind of my two-strike approach: just sit back and let the pitcher throw whatever he's got, and just be quick.
Know that he's not going to beat you.
Right. So I struck my strikeouts in half, which was huge, and I added 100 points to my average because of that approach, and yeah, it was huge.
Yeah. And yeah, just taking that into the good season you had, and then ended up leading. I don't know if you led that, I don't know if you finished, but leading the league and leading the Futures Collegiate League. Anyone doesn't know, it's one of the best collegiate leagues in the country, and just leading that. I don't know if you got the hits, but I know you said average. And just what can you kind of attain to your success? Like, is there like one certain thing? Is there a couple things that really led you? Because you played the whole season, and then you go and play freaking 70 more games in the Futures League. So is there anything that you can kind of give to your success in that?
There's obviously a vast variety of different things. I would say, obviously the approach that I have now has definitely helped me. Being a little bit older now has been big. Like just being around the game for as long as I've been around. I sound like an old head when I say that, but it's true. I'm like 23 now, playing with a bunch of like 20-year-olds and whatnot. So I'm very comfortable now in playing baseball, and just kind of getting that that level of comfort and being around for the game at this level for so long has definitely helped me, and that's been like a mentality of like just also going back to confidence, like that experience comes with confidence. So like the longer you do it, obviously the more confidence you gain, and having success leads to more confidence. So going into this season at the Lake Monsters, I was very confident in what I could do, and I didn't think I was going to have the season that I was. Like I was really praying that I would make the All-Star game going into the season, because it was going to be played at Polar Park, and that would be like really sick to play at. And then I easily made the All-Star game. I was like probably top 3 in the league, and MVP running, or maybe top 5 or whatever. But yeah, it was really cool to see what I was able to do, like, and kind of get the recognition that I thought I deserved. It was really cool. Also too, I would say being around guys like I was this summer was really, really neat to kind of like surround yourself with people that have similar goals, or that are gonna go places with baseball. Like, it was really cool. Like, and also like just hitting in the lineup around guys that are so good. Like our 1 batter, Gross, our 3 batter, Nasty, and I was usually the 2 or the 1. So like just having guys behind me in the lineup that are like dangerous to pitch to was really, really neat, because you knew like going up against a pitcher, he's got to throw to me because he doesn't want to face our 2 and our 3 batter. You know what I mean? And that was really cool to have behind me. They're not going to put me on base because the guys behind me, the guys behind me can really mash. So they would pitch to me usually, and that's where I capitalized.
And your success, I think that brings recognition to the program too, because when you even like, I think we talked about this, but when you see St. Mike's in a lineup filled with like Power 5 guys, high D1, you're like, oh, like this kid must not be that good. But like you playing the way you did and everything like that, I feel like that brought a lot of recognition to the program. Like, oh, like St. Mike's isn't like a doormat, or they're just ass. Right. I feel like that's huge.
Right, and there's a lot of potential in guys on this team that can do what I do, and I know it because I've seen flashes of it. Like, we have so many pitchers on this team that could go pitch in that conference and have pitch in that league and have a lot of success. Just as like there's a lot of hitters that can go do that. And I've told guys that before, that like, hey, if you want to do this, like, reach out and put on a good season that you're capable of doing, and you can go do it. I mean, that summer was a fucking blast. That was probably the best summer of my life, you know, just playing baseball every day. Yeah. Like, with a bunch of like guys that similar goals, like I said, surrounding yourself with people like that was such a blast. So I want other guys on this team to experience that, and I know they can. They just, you know, got to put a season together, put some numbers together, and one thing will follow another. To kind of go off that, I feel like I do my best when I'm like focusing on team first. You know, when you focus on the team first, that's when you get the hits. That's when you help your team success. That's when you win. But more importantly, like it's helping yourself a lot without you even like recognizing. I mean, that's how I am at least. So when you put the team first, usually the stats will follow.
Yeah. Let's talk. Yeah, I agree with that. We'll do one more thing. I know that you want to play after college, whatever it is, indie ball, minor league. So is there any like initial thought about how you're gonna achieve that? Because I know that you don't really have any connections right now with any teams like that, but just give like a short explanation about how you're gonna go about that.
Yeah, I've reached out to my resources, some guys back home, and obviously our coach Jim, who's got a couple connections, and kind of just putting the ball in their court with that. Reaching out to some guys that are also in my position this summer that I played with, which was really cool that I was able to connect with guys that are in the same spot as me, seniors or fifth years going like in their last year right now that want to play after college, similar skill set to me. We're all kind of in the same boat, so we're talking and like figuring out like is it smart to have an agent? Is it not? Like this and that, and it's cool to have like that as a resource to kind of like know what I should be doing, and then also talking to guys like Jim and my coaches back home that I've played with, seeing if they can reach out like indie ball league. Like I don't really care at this point. Like I want to play baseball after college, but if I don't, it's like it is what it is. So I'm kind of going into this senior year like this is my last time ever playing baseball. Anything after this, it's a gift, and I'm gonna work my ass off to continue playing. But if it doesn't happen, I'm not gonna be too upset about it because, like I said, I'm expecting it to be over, but I really don't want it to be.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I hope I get to play after college. It'd be awesome, but we'll see.
Yeah, man, just gotta believe everything's gonna happen. Everything's gonna fall into place the way it should be.
Yep, trust the process.
Yep. So, I think that's a pretty good place to end. One piece of advice for people watching, anything.
Be confident in yourself. I think that's kind of the takeaway from this interview. Be confident in yourself, and you're there for a reason.
Yeah. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you being honest.
Sir.
Long overdue, but guys, that's the end of episode 11, I think. I'm going to try to do a better job of getting episodes out maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, but, just getting into the grind of the season coming up soon is going to be a little difficult. I'm going to try my best. So this will be out in a couple days. Thank you guys for watching, and episode 12 will be out soon. Thank you, guys.